Purdue alumnus, Distinguished Professor of Agronomy, and 2009 World Food Prize winner, Dr. Gabbisaa Ejjetaa.
President Cordova, members of the Board of Trustees, distinguished guests, fellow faculty, members of the class of 2010, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honored to have been invited to speak to you today. It's a great honor to be asked to be a commencement speaker at any college or university. But when the honor is bestowed by one's own alma mater and the university that I, perhaps with a tinge of bias, consider one of the finest institutions of learning in the land, the enormity of the honor reaches greater proportion. Let me start by sharing with you a personal testimonial on the value of education and the pursuit of knowledge, the business that you've been at for several years now, and one that I hope you will be in for the rest of your lives as lifetime learners. As you may have learned already, I was born in a remote Ethiopian village with no school. I seemed destined for the life of most others in my village. As a child, you herd the cattle. When you're old enough, you get behind the plow and till the land. Then you get married, have a family, and carry on that endless cycle with the next generation. It was my visionary mother who dreamed bigger dreams for me. And though illiterate herself, she recognized the value of education as my passport out of that way of life. And she was determined to make it happen for me. I walked 20 kilometers to the nearest elementary school every Sunday evening and walked the same distance back home again on Friday afternoons. Through discipline and hard work, I earned a scholarship to a boarding school that in turn enabled me to enter Alabama College of Agriculture. I graduated in 1973 with a degree in plant science with the highest distinction and at the top of my class. I came to Purdue University in 1974 and earned both my master's and PhD degrees by the end of 1978. Upon completing my graduate program, I returned to Africa and served for 5 years before I came back to join the Purdue faculty nearly 26 years ago. Education opened up a new world that was unimaginable to me and to most people in the small village in rural Ethiopia where I grew up. It gave me the opportunity to engage in science and discovery and to have the audacity to aspire for excellence in advancing knowledge and serving humanity. It also made it possible for my wife, my 5 children, and I to have had a very different way of life from that into which I was born, and we were very grateful for that. Class of 2010, you may not want or need to follow in my path. At the end of this ceremony, however, all of you will have something in common with me. We will all be proud Purdue University alumni. As you take your next steps out into the world, you will find, as I have, certain truth. First, Purdue's exceptional reputation extends far and wide. We're known not only as the cradle of astronauts, but also as a center of great science and technology, and perhaps more importantly, as an institution committed to service, from the extension educators across Indiana to many unsung heroes of social workers, pharmacists, and nurses who provide badly needed services across the land. Purdue faculty and staff also routinely assist, collaborate, and synergize with other education and research institutions, with private businesses and industrial programs, and with philanthropic agencies and civic organizations, helping build successful public-public and public-private partnership models in this nation and in so many countries around the world. Second, just as Purdue's reputation extends around the world, so does its network of alumni. You will find that more than 40 alumni networks exist around the world.